Well, some people reach new lows on YouTube. It might be a high, I don't know, but I'd say it's kind of a low. Someone sent me roadkill in a plastic bag and said, I knew you wanted some roadkill, so here you go. You can all probably guess who that was. But I got my roadkill in the mail. And I think I'm going to eat it. I really do. I think I'm going to try it on film, but today is not the day. Anyway, so I had somebody complain that I don't show enough of the fixing and repairing of broken equipment. Well, I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to show you a broken piece of equipment, but see that? That's water. It falls from the sky every day. We are 22 inches above average rainfall right now, which is more than I've ever had in my life, to my knowledge. You know, my grandmother, who's 93, almost 94 years old, she says the same thing. She never remembered it rained that much. But I do have a broken piece of equipment, and I'm going to show that to you in a few minutes. But I have something I have to do before I go. Oh, well, I can show you guys. I do have, you see, this is my camper, my pool-type camper. Okay, it's a 27-foot, what is it, a Prowler? Fleetwood, I think it is. I can't remember now. And it's a decent camper. I kind of like it a lot. It is getting older. It's a 2001, so it's kind of older. We robbed the propane off the front of it here. I don't know, I needed it at the house in a pinch. Teresa was cooking, and you know, it's a Fleetwood RV. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It doesn't leak or anything. That awning is junk that needs to be replaced or thrown away. It needs to be waxed. And I'm probably going to put a new roof on it. I do have a little bit of a issue from when it was leaking on the top right there, and it delaminated a bit. But I like the trailer. It's a lot of fun, and I need this for when I go to the Carolinas to bale straw next year. But I also need an RV or a motor coach or motorhome. Because this particular trailer won't house everybody we need to house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be buying a motorhome to pull this trailer with down to the Carolinas where I do where I do the straw. So I'm shopping for one of them. I think I've found one that I can probably get pretty reasonable. It's had a leak that was repaired, and there's some, you know, just some slight issues with it. Doesn't have that many miles on it, you know, but I'm just looking. So this one here is 27 feet, and that one's a 37 feet, so 50 some odd feet. It's no different than driving a truck and trailer down the road. But this will house my crew. You can put 6 people in there, shower, bathroom, kitchen, everything. And the motorhome will house myself, Teresa, William, and her mom, because her mom will be coming down there with us. So it's not like we're going to be doing a lot of sleeping, but we do need to have living quarters right there where the equipment is. And we're putting all this thing together so that it's done on time, you know, that everything gets put together, and so when we go, we start flawlessly. So that's just what I'm up to. And I'll show you that broken piece of equipment. See 2 Crones in there? 2 Crones and an 8530. Okay, so you're going to love this. I discovered this yesterday. Let me get my gloves on. One was in my pocket. And I'm going to talk about it because it's kind of annoying me that it is broken, because I didn't break it. It was broken before I got it. So here's the deal. Here's the back of this high output LS7000 spreader. And I spoke with the manufacturers of this spreader, and they're like, yeah, well, we're not making that anymore. We make parts, but we're not making that anymore. And I was like, what the fuck, why not? Well, the reason they're not making it anymore is because it has problems. And those problems are kind of evident. Snap that shaft there, right there, it broke off. Those idler sprockets, or those drive sprockets, and I'm okay because I got it blocked with an angle iron there. Joseph blocked it and put zip ties on it so it can't fall off. So yesterday we were out here working, putting some equipment away, and Timothy comes along and he's like, hey Dad, look at this. Right here. See that? There's a tooth missing. There's a tooth missing on this spinner. So, that's bad. Will it work? Yeah, it probably will. It probably will work, but it's not a good thing. So what I have to do, believe it or freaking not, is I have to split this off of here. I got to take this plate off and that plate there off and take these bolts out, drop the whole damn thing down. Yes, drop the whole thing down. I think there's a bolt in the middle here. It's probably on a spline shaft right there. Pull that off. And I have to figure out which gear is broke. Well, I know what gear it is. It's the one that's attached to that. And hopefully there's nothing else that's broken there, which I don't think there is. But you never know, just because. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, that's not there. It's just this one tooth on this spinner. Now, it's kind of annoying me because, here we go, ready? And there it is. Okay, it has to get fixed. If I don't fix it, it'll strip the gears off of everything in there. Okay, this is an expensive gearbox too, from what I'm told, and it's not making me happy. So I've kind of got a problem. To say the least, I've kind of got a problem. Yeah, so anyway, with that being said, I actually have to go online and see if there's a repair manual for this. I've ordered the parts to repair that shaft, which is, and I'll show you, it's right there. It's this pillow housing, the bearing housing, broke the bearing housing, and it broke this here. I tried to weld it with those cheapo aluminum arc welding rods, and it didn't work out. I had all slag inclusions, and just what a mess. What a mess that was. So that had to be, I have to get this new housing, which is stupid because this gearbox should be steel, not aluminum, and because the aluminum is brittle, and if it gets torqued a little bit, it doesn't have any give. It's not as strong as what a cast iron box would be, but they make them out of aluminum, and I know for a fact that it's been replaced on this side because there's a brand new housing right there, and I'm pretty sure that this gearbox has been replaced also. So when that breaks, it breaks these off. Yeah, and I broke them off, and I did repair them. The only thing I didn't repair was the gearbox and the shaft. So I have to buy 1, 2, 3, 4 sprockets and that shaft, and I got to take that off and that off. I got to cut that out of there, slide the new shaft in. There's a bearing in the middle, which is a poly bearing, but that's got to come apart. Torch it out or cut it out with a cut-off saw, take the bearing out, and then I got to get everything in there and aligned. I actually have to get this chain back where it belongs, which is going to take some finagling, like a chain, and I'll pull it back and get it in the right spot, and then I'm going to weld all of the sprockets on there. I'm going to tack weld them all, and then I will run the thing back. I can run it back with a computer and hydraulics without running the beaters, and the beaters need to have the twine ripped off, cut off of them. That's got to come off there pretty soon, and I'll do that. And I definitely have to repair this part, or it's going to be way more expensive than what it's going to be, what it is right now. So that's my dilemma. So for whoever it was that was complaining that I'm not doing enough fixing, I haven't been able to do any work. Like I said, it's just been raining and raining and raining. Every time I go out to get hay made, it rains. I have a flood warning for tomorrow. Yes, believe it or not, a flood warning for tomorrow. So, what do you do when you got a flood warning? You can't make hay. Can't make frozen hay. Can't make wet hay because the stuff gets very, I'm hoping Timothy's down there. This stuff gets very hot and it starts to rot. So, yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with. But that's going to have to get pulled into the shop here. I'm probably going to pull it into the shop here tomorrow, maybe, and start tearing that apart. I don't think I'll have any problems tearing it apart tomorrow. A guy bought that machine there, put the deposit down. I sent him an email that I got the deposit, but I haven't heard anything back. And I'd really like to hear something back from the fella, just because deposits don't last forever. And, you know, it's $4,000 for the thing. You get the bucket and the forks there, and that's that. So, yeah. And I know I made this video that this thing here needed to go. It needed a new battery. The battery wasn't bad. Excuse me. The battery wasn't bad. Because we've had excessive amounts of rain, moisture has built up in the... Oh. Yeah, so it's working. Moisture has built up in the relays in there, and it wasn't allowing them to kick out. So the relay light was still, or the park light was still on inside, draining the battery. We ran it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We ran the skid steer yesterday, got it nice and warmed up, and it started to function correctly. So I'm pretty happy with that. What else? Oh, this is not finished yet. I was supposed to finish it today, but Joseph didn't show up, and that was just not good. But they're full of diesel fuel. Ow, that hurt. No fuel in here, so they're full of diesel fuel. I just had it delivered. 2,000 gallons of diesel fuel. $2.09 a gallon is what I got it for. I've been watching my father has been watching. I haven't personally been watching, but my father's been watching the what do you call it? The stock market, and he's watched fuel drop, and it made it. He could get it to me for $2.09 a gallon. So I had 2,720 gallons of diesel fuel delivered to the farm today. 2,700 gallons. It was $5,700 for diesel fuel, and but I got it at $2.09. And of course today, who knows what it did? I think it went up, but yeah. So stay tuned for the repair videos, I guess. Yeah, one more thing, and I didn't show this, but I'm going to talk about it. See that 41 Ford in the back there? The blue one? It had problems. It did. It had problems. The carburetor was a mess. And I have a lot of people don't know, but I work on old stuff. I like it. And I can fix just about anything. I mean, these old vehicles are so easy, it's not even funny. But I didn't turn the lights on in here today. But here we go. Let's see. Will she start? Oh, let me give her a choke. Okay, a little choking. So the choke is on right now until it warms up. But it was running on about 4 cylinders earlier, yesterday. She shakes, rattles, and rolls. I ended up repairing the carburetor. Now, I didn't film it because nobody gives a shit about 1941 Fords or 1931 Chevys, 37 Chevys, or 31 Model A's. They just don't care to watch that. But this one here, I put it together. I had a spare carburetor, a bunch of spare carburetor parts that I got from Mr. Heavy Chevy, and I was able to cobble them together. Oh, wow. Hold on. Listen to that thing purr like a kitten. It has no exhaust. The muffler is rotted out. I do have to buy some parts for it, but I think I'm going to go with a dual exhaust design just because it would sound better. Dual exhaust with glass packs out the back, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This truck only goes 45 miles an hour, So I'm thinking of getting a different rear end in it with a higher gear ratio so I can get it at least a 50, 55. And but listen to her run. Sounds good. She does. She sounds good. So I'll just shut her off here. There. So, yeah, so I'm pretty happy I got that thing working. It kind of annoyed me that about midsummer it wouldn't start anymore, and I just haven't had time to play with it. So today was the day. Today was the day. Or yesterday was the day. Anyway, I'm going to go for my nightly walk. Have a nice